Hello all and welcome to the latest Sunday showcase from Craftmania. Today you're joined by myself, Jamie, and of course I've got the lovely Laura with me.
Hello, how is everyone today?
I'm good, you alright?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have a feeling we've got a very exciting showcase for you today because we are going to bring you a brand new bundle from Julie Hickey, and this is the first time we've bundled this collection in this way, and it brings you a huge saving. It's on a limited edition offer as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So this means that it is going to end. So you're going to have to be quick. You've got till midnight next Saturday. We'll run through the dates, we'll run through the prices, and we'll run through the postage shortly. But so you're aware from the get-go, you've literally got 1 week from launch to get your hands on this bundle at a fantastic price. Now, should we delve on in and have a little look through what the main bundle is? There is lots of other bits we're going to bring in today as well, so do keep watching. Laura's also got a couple of demos that you're going to be doing for us, haven't we?
Yep.
And we've got inspirational cards from Laura and actually some of Julie's design team and Julie herself to share.
Yes.
So there's a lot to talk about in today's video, but we'll try and be as quick as we possibly can for you. So let's delve in and look at the bundle, and then we'll tell you all about how you can order it and where you can get hold of it. So we'll start off with our first stamp, Laura. This is the Fanciful Florals A5 stamp set. Tell us a little bit about this. What do we think to this one?
This stamp is absolutely massive. I mean, against my hand, I ain't got massive hands, but it is just huge. It is so good to stamp and colour. It is really lovely. And all these little bits, and like you can add this, you can then tuck these in if you want to do a little bit of fussy cutting. You can tuck them in and really build the flowers up. You can stamp this multiple times and build it up as well. And then you've got little ones to add. And you've got your little like bubbles type thing there. And then you've also got these lovely little handmade.
Oh, they're good. I'd never noticed them.
So you can stamp that and then put your name at the underneath if you really want to.
Okay, yeah.
And this I've used in one of the cards as well as like a crosshatch
Okay.
rather than straight lines.
Okay.
But yeah, love this stamp.
I like the idea with this, although it's a very big stamp because it's an 8-5 plate, so it's a large stamp set. You don't have to use all of it, do you?
No.
You can see very clearly, actually, you could go in and just feature small amounts of it. Yeah,
I've cut into that.
You can kind of see that would be a good way to go. Now, of course, we are going to be talking bundles. There is a limited time bundle offer for you, but you can also come in individually if you wish to. The recommended retail price for this stamp set on its own is $16.49. The offer price is $14.84. So there's a 10% saving off of this price, but the bundle will give you even higher savings. So let's move on to the next item within the bundle. Again, available individually. This one is $10.99 recommended retail price, reduced to $9.89. And this, of course, is the Nature's Garden number 5, A6 stamp set. So what's in this one and what do we like about this set?
In this one, it's got this lovely big flower all on its own, and it's got some leaves and some little bits of foliage and some other little buds of flowers. And you've got also another little one that you can add, which I would probably colour that as flowers, but if you really wanted to, you could have that as a leaf as well. Okay. And then you've got this butterfly and this butterfly. Very versatile.
Very versatile.
Thanks to Philippa.
Okay.
Borrowed an idea. And then you've got some words as well, which you can use with it as well. But also, again, you can cut into this and build this up, or you could even mix and match with this flower stamp.
You can see how, obviously it's all come from Julie Hickey herself, you can see how the design work is working, you can see how that's going to mix and match and you can interchange already just with those two. But let's not stop there, let's bring in the next one. So this one is number 4 from the Nature's Garden collection. Again, available individually, should be $10.99, reduced to $9.89 if you wish to go for it on its own. And it's once again an A6 stamp set. So once again, Laura, what do we feel to this one?
Oh, these are lovely because these are just they're so simple, but you can make them look so amazing with just a little bit of colour. They just pop. Same with this. You can use this again as like a little worker stamp, or you can add your little details with. And you can also layer up. If you really wanted to add more, you can use these little ones and these leaves, these little hearts are lovely.
These leaves are absolutely stunning.
They
are so closely designed. They're even overlapping, and yet it works, doesn't it?
I really did love this set. I did love it. And then this is little hearts, so you could potentially use that on other cards, anniversary cards.
Again,
and you've got little tiny flowers.
I'm sure this is just me confessing here, but when you look at a stamp set, you kind of go, oh yeah, that's nice. And you kind of glaze over a little bit of it. So when you actually really go in and start looking at each individual component, you might think, well, actually, yeah, that's such a workable element. I need that. And actually, if we bring these two or three in together, seeing all of them kind of foliage build up, kind of borders, corners, reeves.
Yes.
There's a lot of play with these, actually, but that's really your focal, isn't it? That's your star if you want it to be. But actually, these, to me...
You don't even have to have the tails on. If you want to, you
No.
can mask the tails off.
Yeah.
And just have that as a little stamp.
Yeah, and then pop a flower in that bit.
Yeah.
Do one that way, one that way.
good
Flowers
to
in the
play.
middle. You've got a beautiful corner element. Yeah, I really like them. They're beautiful. Okay, moving on to element number 4 within your bundle. This is going to complete your bundle set. Again, available individually, $10.99, reduced to just $9.89 if you wish to go for it separately. This is number 3 from the Nature's Garden set. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Once again, you've got your nice flowers. You've got 2 different flowers, and then little tiny like daisies here with little leaves, and then you've got some more leaves there, and then you've got them little flowers are lovely as well because you can add them to this. And then you've got your hello and you feel better soon, and they all work with all the other words in the set.
So it all matches.
So it all goes.
So you've got the ability to kind of mix and match, haven't you? Which
so you
is
can
lovely.
do different sayings.
Yeah, I like that. That's lovely. You might wish to go for Hello Beautiful, for instance, or Hello Happy Birthday. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, you've got
nicer,
wishing you a.
Yeah.
You've got happy, and then birthday there.
That's perfect. So you really can mix and match across the set. So your bundle price, if you wish to go for all of this little lot, this whole set, so you've got your A5 set and then your 3 A6 sets, the recommended retail price for this collection is £49.46. Now, we don't do bundles with Julie Hickey. This is the very first bundle we have ever bought you. And there's a reason for that, to be honest. We just can't simply warrant them. We can't bring them together in this format. But we've decided that we're going to for this week and this week only. So it is literally a limited time bundle. This offer will... find the official paperwork because I don't want to tell you the wrong days and times. This will end at midnight on the 21st of February 2026. So if you are coming to this video after that date, this bundle will have ended, I am afraid. You will still be able to purchase the items for 10% off, but the bundle would have disappeared. So it is a kind of fastest fingers first game. So if you can get hold of this, if you like the whole bundle, jump in as quick as you can. Your offer price for this set is $39.99, which is bonkers because it's making them basically $9.99-ish a stamp versus the original prices. So you're saving quite an awful lot. You're actually saving £9.47, which is the equivalent virtually nearly just a smidge off of getting one stamp completely free, which is quite a huge saving when there's only kind of like 25% in that kind of, we're stretching it a little bit mathematically, but we're kind of like 25% off-ish free. We like that. We like that. I think your official saving is close to 20% off recommended retail prices. Now you know about the bundle, let's tell you where you can get hold of this. So of course you are watching us here at Craftmania. So you're going to head on to the Craftmania website, www.craftmaniacrafts.com. Now when you land on that website, you will see there is a tab that's called YouTube. That's because you're watching a video. Everything you need is going to be under the YouTube tab. If you give that a little click, it will open up, and then every one of our Sunday Showcase videos is below it, as in the sets that you need. Every item we talk about, whether it is an ink pad, a paint palette, the main bundle, the individuals, they will all be there for you in date order so you can go back to them. If this is the first Sunday Showcase you've watched, you might wish to have a little look back at previous Sunday Showcases before you click check out, because there might be some items in those ones you'd like to add in as well. Now, if you do wish to, of course, you can shop with us online. If you spend over £15 here in the UK, you're going to receive free UK P&P, so you won't pay a penny to have this bundle sent to you. Again, that's something we're really passionate about, isn't it? Why spend out on postage if you don't have to? So when we tell you that your bundle price is $39.99, that's your delivered price. We like that. If you wish to, you can, of course, upgrade to first class P&P, which has a flat rate of $3.95, if I remember rightly.
I believe so.
Oh, the memory's bad today. I think it is. This is what happens if I had a holiday. The memory's gone. This is day one back for me, so I might be a bit rusty, but we'll give it a go. Oh yeah, it is $3.95. I've got it on a sign. I could have read the sign, couldn't I? 3.95. If you wish to as well, you can of course order from us around the world, and that's always very important to us because we like to make sure that if you are watching this from around the globe, you can get your hands on these items too. Now, Julie is a British designer. She also manufactures in the UK, so these are completely designed and manufactured here in the UK. So you might find it a little bit more tricky to find them necessarily elsewhere in the world, but do not fear, we can bring them to you. So your international P&P is capped at just £10. And what that basically means is if you are watching from abroad, the most you will pay is £10. If we find your P&P cheaper than £10, maybe you just go for one stamp maybe, or maybe it's in a less expensive country for us to ship to, we will actually refund the difference to you. Now, being completely transparent with you, our average international parcel costs around £24. But that doesn't mean we're going to charge you more. It means you're capped at £10. Thereafter, we will pay that for you. And it's just our way of trying to make our products accessible to you all around the world and try and keep it as fair as we can. If you have any questions about UK or international P&P, pop onto the website and have a little look under the customer service tab. You will find a little section that will drop down that will say postage and packaging, if I remember rightly. Give that a click and it'll tell you everything about it. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer them for you. So shall we start off by having a little look at some of Julie's sort of examples?
Some of hers are gorgeous.
So let's just bring you back over here then and we'll have a little look through these. So tell us, I know you didn't make these, Laura, so it might be a bit more tricky, but tell us a little bit about what we can see on these and what we know.
On here, she's used the big stamp, which is from, remember the name? Fanciful Florals A5 stamp. So she's used this big stamp, as you can clearly see, because it's so big. But it looks like she's actually cut into it and layered. Oh no, she hasn't. No. But
there's some cutting going on somewhere though, isn't there?
Yeah, she's cut it out and then laid it on top of. Looks like she's done a nice background here using the lines as well. I like what she's done here with these circles.
And this is our enchanted sprinkles.
It looks like our enchanted sprinkle.
And size-wise, she's gone for an 8x8 card here. Yeah. So although this is a very large stamp, we can actually see that stamp, if we want to use it in its entirety, and we just wanted that to be the card, we could go for as small as 7x7 or 7 inches in height. Maybe a 7x5 perhaps, if you wanted to. That would fit quite nicely.
That would fit nicely across that. That would probably take up quite a fair bit of it, but it would be a definite focal point on that.
It would be your background.
Yeah.
Or it could be, couldn't it? If that's what you wanted it to be. And that's really lovely ability because it could be a focal, it could be a background, it could once again be snipped into and used in smaller proportions. Oh, yes. So moving on to card number 2 from our dear Julie and her team. Let's have a little look at this one.
I believe that's exactly the same stamp. And what they have done on this one is they've coloured in certain parts, stamped it flat, then coloured in certain parts of it, and then raised or just cut them out and stuck them straight on, because you can see here she's obviously cut out where the leaf is, which is a very clever idea, and also used the sayings.
That creates depth, doesn't it?
It does. I really think that's lovely.
It's not something I would ever have thought to do, is actually cut into kind of the focal element, but it really does. It creates that 3D effect. It looks like they're built up, but they're completely flat. Can we give credit to who's done this one? This one's Philippa. Philippa's created this one and this one. Again, Philippa. We're on a roll today, Philippa. We've picked yours out first, but these are beautiful to be able to share with you. Let's move on and have a little look at this one from Jo. Jo's gone off on a very different style, we can see.
I love this style because it's like a splash effect on your background or a watercolour. And then she's just simply stamped out and cut the, which one was this one? That was this one, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
So you're in number 3,
Nature's Garden, number 3. That is just so simple. And all she's done is just done a little bit of glitter in the centres and then a couple of pearls. And that's so lovely.
That is really lovely, isn't it? And again, actually showing you don't have to colour the stamps. I often confess I'm not the best colourist. It's nice to show that we don't have to colour them if we don't wish to. Now, Tracy's done this one. And talking of not colouring, how cool is this actually in black and white?
That is so lovely. I really do like the way that she's just layered up the flowers from the A5 set. And then she's used that heart, like twig branch, this little set, and she's just randomly stamped, and looks so good. And she's also tucked it in here as well. I really do like these cards.
But if you're going black and white, actually the layers are the bit that really makes it very elegant, doesn't it? It stops it looking just like a printed sheet. It's that building up, it's that adding in that texture and that depth. These little pearls really give it a finishing touch as well. You'll find those on the website as well if you'd like black pearls. We do some great ones from Craft Artist. Then we'll move on to this one. So this one is created by Emma. Now look at this for a show-stopping creation.
It's just amazing.
Now what's Emma used in this one?
By the looks of it, we've used some of the fanciful floral, just a single flower. And by the looks of it, she's also stamped and heat embossed on acetate.
So I've bought this one in. This is your butterfly.
Oh yes, and she's used the butterfly.
And this one is your heart branches.
Yep.
Then I can see some other dyes being used in the background, and it's actually nice to see the stamps being used with the dyes, because we don't always cross over, do we?
No.
Sometimes we stick very much to one wheelhouse, but actually, as you say, where she's stamped on this acetate,
That looks so good.
doesn't that give such a luxurious finish? And I don't know if you're going to see this as well on screen. I'm sure you probably can, but that actual acetate, this is not cut directly around the edges. We'll bring this up for you in case you need to see it, because it is actually a really lovely little hack. Where it's been stamped on the acetate, you really don't have to be too precise in your cutting. That can be quite bold around the edges, but you really don't notice that. You don't see it. You just look at that and see that beautiful filigree look. So actually stamping and embossing on acetate can be a really lovely look to that. It's not something I've done before.
No, I haven't. I saw this in the shop and I was like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah, I like this. I think that's a trick I'm going to have to take into my world. Thank you for that, Emma. Very, very nice.
Yes, beautiful.
Okay, so there are a few samples that we are going to share from you from the Incredible DT. Now, once again, if you do wish to go for the bundle, if that's the bit that's inspired you to go, do you know what, I need to play along with this set, then don't forget your bundle price should be $49.46. Your offer price is $39.99, and that offer will end at midnight on the 21st of February. So let's have a little look at some inspiration from yourself, Laura. What have we been creating here? And then we'll do a demo.
Well, this one is using the A5 stamp set again, and it's just stamped one way, and I've just turned up the stamp pad and then stamped it the other way. And then I've used enchanted sprinkles to paint the flowers, and I've used the line stamp and there's a crosshatch.
Very nice.
Because I needed a crosshatch. Didn't quite have one, so I thought, I can use that.
But that works so nicely, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it does look like a completely different stamp. That's really clever.
And I've used some little elements from one of the other stamp sets as well, like the little dandelion, I suppose.
I think, is it not meant to be the centre of your flowers?
It could be your stain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be, does it?
No.
It also would make a really nice firework.
Yes, it really would make a nice
You
firework.
certainly could go for fireworks if you went for the right colours or layered them out.
Yeah,
That could
and
look
then
very nice.
on the dots of the flowers, I've just used a silver gel pen.
Very nice.
Just to give it a little bit of, and then I've used a sentiment on the top with some vellum. I had to think then.
Okay, while Laura is setting up for her first demo, we do have more inspiration from Laura to share with you, but we'll go off to that in just a moment. Let's bring you in 3 other stamps while Laura's getting ready that I have a feeling she's going to be using throughout her demos that you might like to know about. These again are brought to us from Julie Hickey. There are 3 different ones we're going to be featuring throughout the demos and throughout the examples. We have got our solids #1. Now this is a relatively new set to Julie, and it's one I actually really like the look of. I know that Laura has got some incredible tips and tricks she's going to be sharing with you with this set. But in here you are going to find little squares, you've got little circles, tiny dots, then we've got rectangles, hearts, stars, circles, diamonds, big squares. There's a whole array of different feels and ideas to this one. And this, of course, is a solid stamp. So what you see is what you're going to be stamping. That black area is your whole stamp. Now, this opens up a lot of different techniques, and I know Laura's going to be talking to you about some of these. The recommended retail price for this set is £10.99. Again, you can get it with 10% off at just £9.89. Another one that I have a feeling you're going to see snuck in throughout the demos is the birthday background stamp. This one again is an A6 stamp, and it reads, "Happy birthday to you, sending birthday wishes to you. On your special day, eat cake, make a wish, have a wonderful birthday, blow out the candles, may your day be as special as you are the best, wishing you a wonderful birthday," and so on and so forth. So you've got a really lovely general background here that could be really modern, it could be really classic, it can be whatever you wish for it to be. So whether we're making cards for newborn babies all the way through to sort of great grandparents, whatever the card or age group may be that we are aiming for, we are going to see that this background is going to come in handy time and time again. It's so delicate, it is so lovely. And this one, once again, recommended retail price is £9.99. Offer price for this one, £8.99. Then we move on to this one, and this is the dictionary definitions stamp set. So we've got happy and birthday as separate stamps, and then we have got the definitions of thank you, birthday, family and friend. I love these. These are such a modern, quirky way to kind of bring in these words, and of course have this really lovely bold font that's going to be a focal for your cards.
I do like that font. That is a lovely font.
I like that, and I always love this kind of factual definition element, and we can see how nicely font and size, style-wise, these could be layered together to actually work together. Even if you don't go for the main bundle, maybe florals or not your thing, I can actually see this trio of stamps coming in really handy for you. But we've not bundled these, we've left them as individuals so you can come in and cherry pick the ones that you feel are going to work best for you. So again, we've got our solids #1, we've got our birthday background stamp, and we have got our dictionary definitions, all available for you on the website and of course in store at those 10% off prices we mentioned. Are you ready, Laura?
I am.
Where are we beginning? What are we heading to?
Right, we are beginning with...
This is beautiful.
Let me get it straight. There we go.
I love this.
This one.
This reminds me of a summer's walk.
I really do. I enjoyed creating this because once I got the solid shapes stamp set, I was like, oh, this could be a little mini gel plate.
Okay, that's clever.
Yes. So instantly went to work and started making backgrounds.
Okay. So where are we beginning?
Right, so I'm going to begin, I literally with this one, I just stamped straight onto the card.
You're so brave with that.
Yeah, I think I was that day.
I like that.
So I'm going to try this without a stamp press. And the last time I used a stamp press, I won't lie, but I did stamp straight onto the card so I can marry up my lines quite well. So this one might be a bit more askew.
It's fine.
Which is
askew
fine.
is fine. There is no judgment.
The colours I used were Bundled Sage, Dried Marigold and Squeezed Lemonade in the Distress Oxides. So I started off with the bomb. And just a little bit of colour, just in case I drop my stamp. It's been known. There's a little bit of colour on there. I'm amazed that these haven't been mixed together, but with Distress Oxides it's fine. There's a little bit of blending on that one. And then for the top, I done the Squeezed Lemonade. There we go.
That is such a clever way to use those.
I really do love these. Oh. And then just give it a move that out of the way because it's going to go everywhere.
So why do we mix with water? What's this about?
This will give you a watercolour effect on your card.
So I suppose oxides being water reactive.
Yes.
The minute we kind of mist them, they're going to play around a little bit more.
They kind of blend a bit and they smooch together type thing.
Bit of smooching. We like that.
Right, so...
Oh, that's spot on.
Quite impressive how straight that is.
and then that blend is gorgeous. Look at those colours.
This one could be a bit better, but I'm going to work on that on this next one.
That's lovely.
So I done that side. And then do it again.
That stamp's a must.
It is. I must admit, I need to add these desperately. I really, when I saw them, I was like, oh, this is a bit strange. How would I use these? And then it just kind of come to me, and I was like, no, I need to have these. So.
But you look at it in that format, and okay, we've gone very kind of spring, summery, sceney here. But actually, you think of all of the different stamps that we do and all of the different occasions that we could cover. That could be very rusty. This gives me rust vibes.
Yes.
That could be very vintage. It could be very masculine if that's what you wanted it to be.
You can do like sunsets. You can even do like the graduation for your blues, your graduation for your browns, all sorts. It is.
That's an essential.
It's a very good stamp. We'll put a little bit more on that one. Right, so spray that one and then see if we can get this sort of... When you push it down as well, you can see them blend. Through the stamp.
Beautiful.
There we
And
go.
isn't that funny how you've done the same technique twice, but this time the yellow and the
Yes.
orange has blended much more than the green and the orange versus that one where it was the green and the orange and not the yellow. That's really lovely. That's really clever.
I must admit, this stamp set was like, oh, I really like this. And then I did go to town with it on my samples.
I like the sizing of them because, as you
Yes.
said, you know, there's jelly plates on the market. We do jelly plates, of course we do. We do some of John Next Door's mixed media plates, which are a similar idea in the
Yes.
sense of kind of a bold stamp as such. But actually, these are very workable sizes.
They
These are
are.
nice sizes to come in and play with. And a lot of times when we see silhouette stamps, they're of a flower or they're of a picture or they're of a cat or whatever they may be. And we do all of those as well. But actually to have bold shapes like this, basic shapes like this, essential shapes like that's great.
Yeah. And then I've done the same on this one, but just a thinner line, because obviously it's a skinnier rectangle or smaller rectangle. Move you up there for a second and then just get a bit of a line going there. And again on this one. Oops, missed the block completely.
No judgment, you're fine. So the blocks we're using today are the Crafts 2 blocks.
Yes.
Is there a reason you've gone for these?
I like the fact that I can grip this edge. It's not a smooth edge.
That's a very
It's
good
kind of
point.
giving you a ridge, so you can hold it a bit easier. Plus it's got a grid line.
The grid's handy.
Yes, I've just put that on there quite straight. I don't know whether I was going to make it up
Yeah.
here quite straight. We'll soon see. Right. Down.
The blocks Laura is using will once again be available for you in store, and
There
of
we
course
go.
they'll be on the website as well on that same YouTube channel page, if that's where you'd like to get hold of those. And I've got 10% off currently, and there are two different size sets. There is a small and a large, if I remember rightly, they're classed as. So you might wish to check those out online if that's something that you would like to add to your collection. Excuse me.
But yeah, so I must admit, did have great fun playing with these.
I like the way you're building this up and that tile effect here, because that might be like you're going to aim to do is kind of single them out and use them individually. Or this could be that you're going to bring in one big background
You
stamp and
could.
go across the top of it and
Yep.
save yourself colour in it.
Yes, I must admit, I like my colouring, but some days I'm just like, some days you don't feel it.
Yeah.
And I thought, this does everything for me just by doing this.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll take that.
And I like the way you've taken rectangles and built them into a square.
Yes.
Not something I would have necessarily thought to do, but it
Okay.
works.
Sometimes we have a little bit of bleed, but then that doesn't matter. That's to the character of it.
Now this cloth you're working with,
Oh,
Laura.
it's polka doodles
What's
cloth.
going on here?
This mops, it's called a sponge, and it literally mops up everything. I've used enchanted sprinkles and I've mopped them up. I've cleaned my stamps. My stamp comes up extremely clean, and it's only on just water. But you give it a good wipe and it is completely clean. I know you're not one for cleaning your stamps.
I'm not one for cleaning anything if I don't have to. This is what Laura is using. This
Just
is
a
the
bit of
Polka
a
Doodles
dirt, yeah.
Craft Essential Cleaning for Crafters. It is, of course, a cloth. It is lint-free, which is great, and it's called a spongy. Its recommended retail price is £5.99. The offer price on this is £5.39. When it comes to in the packet, it is already misted, isn't it?
Yes.
So it stays flexible and wet. When Laura appeared here today with this was rock hard. It was literally
Yes.
like a sheet of, well, I don't even know what to describe it as, concrete.
Yeah, it dried and
Yeah.
it just goes extremely stiff.
Yeah. And then you just mist it and it comes back to life and becomes this really lovely, stretchy cleaning material that, as you can see,
You can wipe
works a
down all your
treat.
surfaces. That's
Yeah.
so easy. You could even use it around the house if you really want to. But
Oh no, we
No,
don't
this-
need housework.
this is my,
oh goodness.
my craft one,
Oh Laura.
right?
I don't
And
know if the
then,
viewers want to hear about the ideas of housework.
no, who wants to do housework when you can craft?
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't use the green on that bit. Just do this one so this one can dry so I can do my stamp and have my sentiment. And I've used the diamond. I had to
Okay.
think of the shape. Just stamped on the diamond. Again, just using the same technique I've done with the big ones, but with just two colours, because you can use as many colours as you want.
And I suppose what's kind of nice with these as well is having the different shapes and styles and items throughout this set. You could bring these in and stamp over the tops of these ones you've done in different colours. So you could actually create a black diamond, for instance, in the middle of that rectangle quite nicely, couldn't you?
There we go.
I like your hint there of just blotching.
Yeah, because I don't understand how it works at all, but it gives it a clean. And it isn't wet. It's not leaving a wet residue on my hand.
It's not, is it?
No.
It's kind of damp, but it's not.
No. Don't leave your hands wringing wet. You're going to give it a good go though, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to... If we push... You know... Oh, there's a little bit of moisture coming through.
You had to really push that.
Yeah. But if you're just... Yeah, that's pretty clever. That's very clever. I like that. Okay, sorry.
Right.
Carry on.
Fine. You're fine. Right.
I've not got one of them yet. I think I might add one to my collection. You've convinced me I need one of those.
Right, now, I used from the stamp from the number 4 stamp set, and I've got a funny feeling that'll just fit on, because I said I did use my stamp press for this one.
Would you prefer a stamp press?
Oh, I'm going to try it with this. I'll just show you that you can use it.
I have a stamp press.
Oh, you have a stamp press at the ready.
Needed.
I will try this. If it doesn't come out so great, I will use a stamp press.
It is a dirty stamp press, so I am.
Are you going to use my cleaning cloth?
I am. I'm going to give it a. Oh, I need to get out more. I'm very impressed with this. I like this.
It is a really clever.
Hey presto, we've got a clean stamp press. The first.
Oh, before I stamp that, silly me, forgot. I masked off the bottom, and you didn't have, she says she masked off the bottom when she can find the end of her tape, which is my masking tape, which I can't find. Ah, there it is. All I done was just masked off the bottom, so you didn't get any ink on the bottom of the card. I'm going to do 2 layers because I've noticed that on one of them that bled through. I must have stamped it a bit hard. So, and you just line it up.
Is that your go-to masking tape? Genuinely,
it is now.
All of the different brands kind of that are available.
Yeah, I've had a Sizzix one before, but it's not wide. It's half the width of this.
Okay.
This is a good width, so it'll cover up quite a lot. But I started using this last week, and I absolutely do, and it doesn't leave residue. Nothing. It is a good masking tape, and I've also used it when I've used my dies as well.
Okay.
Right, there we go. Let that grab. Oh, it worked. Right.
I don't know why you sound so shocked.
No,
You've done this before, Laura. We've seen it. It works. Why
no,
are you so shocked?
Because I use this, and I usually use a stamping press.
Okay.
My stamping press, I must admit, I use it all the time.
Okay.
So it's very rarely that I use.
You're very brave to
block.
be stamping in a demo with a block. That's beyond me. I'm going to be honest.
Right.
But it worked, and it's
Where'd
lovely.
my sponge go? There it is.
I may have borrowed the sponge.
You may have borrowed it. Checking the bag on the way out. Right, so now I'm just going to lay that one. I do like this stamping block though, because that ridge kind of just helps you hold it. Even though that is slightly sticking out over the edge, that's still stamped, because that's got that bump where you can marry it up to. Right, let's see if this works. Yay. Right. There we go. That's done a bit better job than that one, because that one I think I stamped it a bit too hard and that went straight through.
It's fine.
But
you say that, I've looked at that card a lot of times. I've never noticed that.
I did.
You do, because you're the creator.
Yes.
And we're always our worst enemy, aren't we? We always
Yeah.
see these things. But actually, to the recipient, to the audience, we don't notice these things.
No. But yeah, so I... Clean.
Very impressed with the cleaning.
Like there's hardly anything on it.
Very.
I'm quite bad really. I do like to put everything back where it was.
That's not bad. That's a good thing.
Well, if not, I will end up losing them. I know I will. Right, so then I've got the leaf with the flowers on. Pop that on there. And then
That
again,
looks like there's quite a bit of give in this.
there is. You could probably manipulate that to round how you want.
Well, you could,
Yeah.
couldn't you? Because that's kind of nice to see. Because if you might want to build up a border with that, or you might want it to be a bit different to what it was. Sorry if I'm just playing. But
You're
it's nice to. That's where it should sit naturally. But it's nice to see actually if you wanted to make a border with those, or you wanted to make a corner or a reef or any pattern, you could take them off on a different tangent, which is kind of nice to see. I didn't imagine that. I kind of imagined them to be quite rigid.
Yes.
More flexibility then, and I guess there would be.
Yeah, I must admit they were. They're such a lovely stamp to stamp. They really are. Oh, I'll go a bit longer. There, I think. Yeah.
You're making me want to play.
It is. I must admit, when I started, I did find it hard to stop. I think it was like 2 a.m. one morning that I carried on. But I was just playing with it, and it was just lovely. And to sit and just stamp and just come up with so many different ways, and painting as well. I don't paint very often. I do tend to use my alcohol markers, but it was just, I don't know why I cleaned that. But yeah, so it was just easy, and you could just lose a little bit of time with it. So if you've got time to play, it's all good.
But I'm seeing you could batch make these quite quickly.
Yes.
If you wanted to.
Oh, definitely.
And they're impressive.
Yeah.
They look remarkable.
They look like you've
arty.
actually took time to draw them. They are just gorgeous stamps. They really are.
But they look arty. What you've created look arty. And it to me, art is expensive. Art is posh department stores or nice posh galleries in a posh seaside town that you can kind of wander around and go, oh yes, I'll buy that. And that's very lovely. That's a look to really kind of try to emulate or achieve, and actually that looks really well. Works beautifully. And you're not afraid of the white space between the elements either, which is again something that's kind of new to me. I'm not good with. No,
I like to fill gaps. Normally you kind of have to have something, and then I thought, no, do less is more, because this is a less is more kind of set. You don't have to do lots to it to make it look an effective card.
But you could.
You definitely could.
If you want to,
yes.
You could.
Right. I'm going to just, so this doesn't slip. Or I could use a stamp press. I might use a stamp press for this bit because it's words.
Words are always a bit trickier, aren't they? Yes. They're a little less forgiving words, I always feel. You soon notice if half of your H is missing, where with a flower I don't think you quite notice in the same way. No, but I would like to get this bit a bit better, and plus I've got my magnets there. So I can... And this is why, and I think sometimes, especially to people who are new starting out, they're like, do I need a stamp press? Do I need blocks?
Yes.
Do I need... There is reasons to having all of the different tools and different abilities, and I know that possibly sounds like a kind of salesman chit chat, but it isn't. You do use the different elements for different reasons in different ways, and I think Laura's perfectly demonstrating the reason why you need a stamp press versus a block, or why you need a block versus a stamp press. You can achieve such different styles with each of them. I'll just give it a little stamp. Such a lovely text. I also like the way you've gone for pine cone. This pine cone is such a nice colour. You know, again, if I do stamping, I straight away go in for blacks. I don't mind grey, or not. I don't mind. I like grey. Yes. And I do like browns as well. But pine cone isn't one I would have resonated to, but it works so nicely with your colours. This one, Nocturne, is obviously the black, and I do go to Nocturne, but I also use Twilight, which is like the more of a navy. It's got that one. I like navy. I like that one. Light navy. I have got a list of ones I need of them ones. Again, if VersaFine Clair is a new ink to you, you will of course find those on the website as well. We carry the complete collection of those, and they all have 10% off recommended retail price too. Yeah, that's okay. A bit like you, that's a collection I'm building up. Yeah, I do like my VersaFine Clairs, especially when I colour woodware stamps as well, and I don't always have a black edge. Yeah. But that brown, the way you've kind of gone kind of autumnal with your colours, or summery maybe with your kind of oranges and yellows and greens, that brown really goes in so nicely. Right, and then I just got a brown pen and just done a couple of little dots on the edges, and then a dot up there and a dot there, and I just done a little tiny squiggle. That's nice. And just finishes it.
Yeah, I just needed something to have on the edge, other than the little white edge that I've done here. So bring that one back in. This is good. I just realised I've not got my glasses on, and I've just made a card without my glasses on.
Very well done.
I'm very impressed with myself.
I don't know if the optician would congratulate you. The optician would probably be going, you should be wearing your glasses.
The optician's been messaging me for months to have an appointment, so the optician's probably not going to be very impressed.
Oh dear.
That's been one of them things that I feel I could potentially get away with a little bit longer. It's fine.
Shall I confess at this stage, they keep texting me too.
That's fine.
I think the last text I got was, you're well and truly overdue. Something wrote like that, and I was like, oh well, yeah, I really should.
Yes, I must admit, I
this.
think I'm probably banking on a year.
Oh no, mine.
Yours is a bit longer.
Well, I've lived in the house I'm in now 3 years this year, I believe. So 2 years. It's probably the better stretch. And I certainly haven't been when I've lived in this house.
Oh dear.
Certainly, definitely. They wouldn't know where I live. They can only text me.
At least they can't find you. Come and get you.
They can't get me and drag me there. It can only be text abuse.
Yes. And then all I done was stick this. This might not be straight, but that's fine. Just stick that on there.
It's beautiful.
And that is my first demo.
That is really, really lovely. I so have enjoyed watching you create that.
I really do enjoy doing that technique.
I think that's amazing, and it was simple.
Yes.
But yet, actually, you look at it and you think, oh, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of blending. That's going to be tricky. That's going to be complex. I'm going to need inks. I'm going to have to paint with that. You didn't.
No.
You and this isn't detracting from your amazing talent. You splodged some ink randomly onto a stamp, misted with water, and pushed it onto a piece of card.
Yep.
There's talent behind it, but there wasn't needed to be. That was as simple as it could be.
Yep.
You could sit and do that with your grandchildren, your children.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't a highly fined artistic creation.
No.
That was, but it works and it looks beautiful.
Lucy
and that's
does
achievable.
the same on the jelly plate.
Okay.
We've got a 10 by 10 size
Yeah.
plate.
One of the ones we stock.
Yep. And we use our oxides.
Yeah.
And she'll just go to town with loads of different inks, and she'll spritz it with water and she'll lay a bit of card over the top of it. And then she'll create her own background. And she absolutely loves doing that.
Well,
she really does love it.
Lucy's an amazing, talented crafter in a lot of ways, and a little bit older. But when you look to young children to see that they could create that at 4 or 5, because of, it was that simple with supervision, obviously, but actually to be able to create that with their parents or their grandparents and see how easy that is and how effective that is, they're going to be delighted that they've achieved that. And I love that, because of not only is it, of course, about children, it's about sometimes we lack that confidence in ourselves, and I'm looking at that going, I could create that easily. I often say this, I'm always honest in what I believe I can do and what I can't. I'm not a very good colourist. Well, I don't need to with that. You've shown me that I can stamp that, I can let that colour in the background do that, and I could do that. So if I can do it, anyone can do it.
And even if you wanted to, you could still pick up little bits like the centres if you wanted to add that little bit more of a colour, or even a little bit of glitter.
Perfect.
But that's it. That is the first one.
But, excuse me. So just while Laura is setting up for her next demo, a couple of bits that Laura used throughout that demo that you might wish to know about. This, of course, is our ultra low tack tape from Hunky Dory. That is, of course, available. It should be $3.99. There is 10% off of all Hunky Dory items currently. So that puts it down to £3.59 for your 2 rolls. There is 10 metres on each roll, so you're going to receive 20 metres for that. And as you see with Laura's, although you've got 20 metres, you might think, oh, well, I'm going to burn through that in quick time. You certainly will not, because 20 metres is actually a very long length. But on top of that, we've just watched Laura use these 5 or 6 times throughout her demos, and they're still sticky, they're still ready to go, and they can still be used multiple more times. So value for money wise, you're going to get an awful lot out of those. We of course see Laura bringing those solid stamps now. You might be in the same boat as I am on this one. I'm in love with these. These are certainly going to be coming home with me today. I want to play with these. This is Solids set number 1. It should be £10.99 and is reduced to just £9.89. Now, throughout the main bundle, what did Laura bring in, just so we can clarify that for you in case you're thinking, well, where do I get those items? You're, of course, going to need number 4 from the Nature's Garden set. That's responsible, of course, for the happy and the birthday and the big focal part and that small branch. So really, this is your main set that you're going to need. That one is $10.99 reduced to $9.89. if you wish to go for it individually, but of course it's going to come to you in the bundle. The bundle is going to bring you all of these items, but that is a limited time bundle. So don't forget, this is going to go back up on Saturday 21st at midnight, and that's the 21st of February 2026. Your bundle price should be $49.46. Your offer price is $39.99 to get your hands on all 4 of these stamps. But once again, that is a limited time offer ending at midnight on Saturday the 21st of February 2026. Okay, Laura, are you ready, or do you want us to look at a few more cards while you get sorted?
I think I am ready.
Ready? Okay, yeah. Where are we going next?
Right, we are going for the next one. Oops. Lost the card. There it is. Buried under my mess.
Beautiful. Look at this. I adore this.
We are going for this one, which has been used with enchanted sprinkles.
That is spectacular.
I really enjoyed doing this with enchanted sprinkles. So I'm going to start off with just starting to do this base bit first. So all I've done was just got a little bit of card and just trimmed it. I've done this on I want to say that's an A6.
Would you like in measurement? I can do that.
I believe that is an A6 card.
So we are looking at 5 3/4 by 4 1/4 approximately.
Well, I done a thank you on this one, but I think I'm going to go with friend.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, so I'm going to nick that stamp pad again because this one I want to make sure all the text comes out perfect the first time round. Just pop that in the corner. Yep. So I know exactly where it's going. Don't you dare move. There we go. Lovely. Then just ink up your stamp. Use the VersaFine for this. And then just lightly. Yes, it worked.
That's lovely. That is so crisp and beautiful.
It is. You don't need a lot of pressure. You just literally need to just.
I feel like we could use this for our eye test.
Yeah, we probably could.
Because that's
can you read that?
I can read that.
That's
I can
fine.
read that. That's good. I can read that. That's good enough for me. That is beautiful. It's such a lovely little clear font to read. That
It is.
It's quite delicate, and that's nice because it really makes a nice focal, especially if you're into your clean and simple cards.
Yes, and that was from the Dictionary Definitions stamp set. So that's that bit done. I don't need that one anymore. I'm going to put that up there out of the way. I'm going to bring in, I've pre-stamped on some watercolour card because I found it better on the watercolour card.
Okay.
I'll get my pens, paintbrushes even, a little bit of water. And the enchanted sprinkles.
Why did you choose enchanted sprinkles for this? Was there a reason?
I saw Francois using them the other day.
Did
it
you?
Reminded me I can paint with them.
You was inspired.
I was inspired.
I love this though, and you can tell how much you love craft when you listen to you. You mentioned earlier how you'd seen Philippa, from Julie Hickey's design team on a live the other day, and you'd taken inspiration from her butterflies, and then you've got obviously Francois just being mentioned now, and this is what I love about our community. We might all kind of be on different sides, on different teams, if you will, you know, and the site is wrong because it makes it sound negative, but different groups. But actually, as a conglomerate, we can really inspire each other and bring everything together, and that's such a lovely community. Yes. This what I love and adore about what we all do.
Literally only need a dribble for these.
And it's so nice to hear that you can inspire people and people can be inspired by you, and you can see inspiration from others. It's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yes, I used the finer nib for this one, and I just put a little bit of water in. Right, now it's mixed, I'll do that.
So just to put you under pressure here, if somebody's never seen enchanted sprinkles, what are they? Why are they? What do they do? Why do we need them?
A little powder, and it's got chopped with mica in it. It's got loads and loads of mica. And what you can do with them is you can spray a bit of paper, tap them across, and they literally explode. That's the best way I can say to explain them.
That's perfect.
They explode with colour, and then you can water them down more by adding more water. You can sponge some of the colour off and give you a lighter effect. You can go even heavier with them and go really heavy with colour. But I love the fact that they are like a little watercolour as well.
They are.
And they are great. I absolutely love them. I really do.
I think sometimes we think, oh, we need to buy a watercolour palette and then we need to buy enchanted sprinkles, and then we really don't. Actually, no. That one bottle can really, there's convenience in having watercolour palettes, don't get me wrong, but actually that one bottle can tick all of them items for you, and then we're big on kind of mixing and creating new things. You could mix these into texture base, you can put them into mister bottles, you can do all sorts with these. And of course, we have them for you. There is a bundle of 12 available on the website if you wish to save a few pennies and go for the complete set. Or, of course, you can cherry pick your favourites and they have 10% off individually. You'll find all of the enchanted sprinkles on the same part or section of the page under the YouTube tab. You can, of course, find them under the Jamie Rogers Crafts brand if you prefer, or you can find them on the website, many places actually, to be fair with you. Or you can, of course, just type into the search bar enchanted sprinkles and they will appear. But of course, the bundle is where the biggest saving is. But if you do wish to just cherry pick your colours, then of course you can do that. Laura, you've used 2 greens here, I see. So we've gone for spring green and I'm showing here my lack of memory. What's the other one? Christmas green. I wanted to say emerald green. The memory is bad. The memory is not good. The memory is not what it should be.
But I've just used a lighter colour on the bottom. If you want it a bit darker, you just add a little bit more enchanted sprinkles to your mix. But these have got a little bit of a shimmer to them because I've watered it down quite a lot. But if you want a heavier colour, just add a bit more of the enchanted sprinkle. But it blends.
It's beautiful.
So well.
Really, really beautiful.
That was one of my playing moments. I didn't even need a lot of, just dropped it on and that kind of just takes on where it needs to be, where it wants to be. Oh. Good job I used watercolour card. Right, so I've just coloured in a couple of the leaves. I have got some pre-coloured to do the rest of the demo.
What do you said it's lucky I used watercolour card. What did you reference by that? That you can remove from it?
Well, when you wipe it, it won't go straight in. It kind of just sits and then it kind of like blends itself in. It's a nice card to use. I find with the Polar White, sometimes if you use too much water, it'll bubble. Well, not bubble so much, but because it's not designed for lots of water. Mm-hmm. Whereas watercolour card is designed for lots of water.
Literally its purpose.
Yeah, so I do use a lot of the Polar White first. And I did with, I think it was this one. I think I used Polar White. And you can't even tell that I've used a watercolour card or what card I've used. But I know that's a lot smoother.
I was going to say, I like the texture.
This has got more of a,
I
don't know if you'll be able to pick that up on the camera. You can't really tell if there's too much of a texture.
But watercolour card has kind of got like a hammered-esque effect to it, hasn't it? And that just gives it a very luxurious feel. Anytime we talk about texture, even subtle texture like that, it gives us an elevated look, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it kind of separates handmade from store-bought in a sense, because store-bought tends to be very flat and printed. And actually when we start bringing in these textures and that richness, that's when we really see that there's extra quality and depth and luxuriousness.
Yes.
To the project or the creation.
Right.
I feel like you're testing me. You've hid the label. Is this one teal? Oh, I'm going to have to cheat.
Tidal teal.
Of course it is. Tidal teal.
That is on normal card. So you can get away with quite a lot on normal card. And it still gives you a lovely effect. But if you wanted to add a little bit more layers to it, you would probably have to wait for it to dry a lot quicker.
Okay.
Or just dry. Whereas this one, it can take a lot more water.
Okay.
Right. And I just went over. Once again, no glasses, so I'm hoping I'm keeping in the lines.
Have you got your glasses?
No, they're in the other room, but it's fine.
Do you wish for me to go and retrieve them?
No, you're okay. I can.
I thought you just put them on one side and forgot them.
No.
But I can go retrieve.
No,
it's not a problem.
That's okay. I don't mind. I can do without. It's should try and do a little bit more without them instead of relying on them so much. I should only use them for reading and like fussy cutting.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
I haven't got to do loads of fussy cutting here because these are really easy to cut out. So just give it a quick little paint. That one's going to fall into. There we go. So I've done that one. I want that one a little bit darker. So I'm not going to add that. I'm going to add it separately. So I'm only just going to dip my brush in.
And you are using such a small amount.
There is such a small amount. And if you need a little bit, you just pick up with water. And then all I done was just sweep in the centres. It's kind of like where you would have your shading.
But that works so well.
That does. I really do like the idea of this. And then if you don't want it that strong, then you just feather it out a little bit.
So I'm going to put you on the spot again.
Oh no.
What is it you like about Julie's designs? Laura chose this collection for today's Sunday showcase. And I like that because it shows that it's a collection that Laura resonates with. Out of all of the products we could have bought you today, out of all of the bundles we could have bought you today, out of all of the 10,000 items we stock at Craftmania, Laura was, I want to do the Julie Hickey bundle. I want to play with that. That's relatively new in. I want to go and explore that and see what I can bring to kind of inspire with that set. Why?
I love the flower. I don't normally like flowers. I'm not a very flowery kind of person. I'm not very girly. And when I saw these sets, I was like, they are lovely and I really want to colour them. Yeah. I really want to play with them.
I can see that.
And the fact that you can do some really lovely techniques with watercolour with them as well. It was just, and her inspiration as well. I've seen when she done the release, I was like, oh, I like them. There's some other ones when I go round in the shop and I see like some of the inspiration and some of the actual stamps. Like there's a massive sunflower stamp. I did buy that. I've still not played with it. I needed it. It was very much of a need, and it's been on a need and a want list for a very long while. So I managed to pick it up, but then I started playing with this one, and I was like, oh, but I just don't know what attracted me to them, but they were so versatile. You could use them in so many other ways. Yeah. You can do nice little cards. You can do sets of cards, quite easy as well. They're a nice simple design, but you can make them so much more. They don't have to be simple. You can build on them, and I really do like them. And then all of the sets that Julie Hickey's done, they will go really well.
It does all intermix, doesn't it? Which is lovely. You're building a library. You're not always starting afresh with a new collection. You're building something that's going to work together. Now, Laura, while she's painting this in, mentioned about Julie's lives in one of her comments. You might be wondering, what are these? What do they mean? Can I go and see them? Are they free to access? Where do I find them? We would urge you, literally urge you to go and follow the Julie Hickey Facebook pages. She's so active on Facebook, and I'm sure she's on lots of other platforms too, but Facebook's the one I personally follow her on and know more about. And of course you may be watching this video on there as well. But if you do check out Julie Hickey wherever you may be watching your content, I'm sure she will appear. I know she also has a very active Pinterest page as well. But her Facebook is brilliant. It is filled full of lives. It is filled full of inspiration. She's there to answer questions as well, which isn't something we often get from brands, sadly, in today's world. And especially even if there is a brand page, there's not always the designer or the creator available to answer your questions at the drop of a hat. And Julie is there for that. She's always on board. She's always there to help. Out of all of the companies we deal with here at Craftmania, I would honestly, truthfully, hand on heart, put Julie at the top of the list as one of the most helpful, inspiring, clever companies to work with. And that isn't just from our side of working with them as a company, it's from the side of what they bring to you guys. Because it's one thing having a really good product, it's another thing if the designer, the company, is on hand to back that up and help you and keep you inspired and interact with you. And Julie certainly does all of those things. So search Julie Hickey and give her lives a follow. Follow her on to her design team members as well. We've called out a few of them throughout today's video with cards to back up what they've been creating. Again, they're a very active DT. They're a community. They truly are, and they're there again to help you. You can see they do it for the love and the passion of craft, and that comes through in what they're doing and how they share it. So yeah, do go check out the Julie Hickey page, the DT group, and follow them. Now, being honest with you, they do not sell direct at Julie Hickey. They will just send you to a stockist. We, of course, are one of their stockists. I would like to imagine that we're probably one of the bigger stockists in the sense that we carry every available item at Julie Hickey currently has available to us. Now, that is something to mention. Julie's designs don't linger forever. They pretty much kind of, and I don't want to kind of necessarily guarantee this. I do know that she does reorder some product lines, but to a large extent, they're not here for years upon years. They have a production run or two and then they are retired. And that's good to know, because of some companies, you can still purchase something that came out 5-6 years ago. Other companies you can't. And that's, as long as you know about that, it kind of means that when you see an item, it's a wise idea to get hold of it there and then. Sometimes if you know it's going to be around a while, you might think, well, actually the budget doesn't quite stretch to that yet, or maybe it's a wedding collection and I haven't yet got a wedding coming up. So you can kind of budget that into a later kind of move or collection or purchase. But with Julie, I would recommend, if it's something you like the look of, there's not always that guarantee it's going to return time after time. So do get hold of it while it's around. And this is why you'll notice that our page is constantly being updated with what's available, what's returning, and what's launching. We always try to carry Julie's launches the day they launch, and we try to keep as many items in stock for as long as we possibly can.
Yes. I must admit, I look on the little island that we've got of Julie, or the island we've got of Julie Hickey, and I'm just like, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. I need that. I think my Craftmania basket's quite full on the internet.
And when Laura mentions the island, in case you're wondering what she's on about, what's going on there in our store. So if you'd like to come visit us in store, you can of course take advantage of the offers we're bringing you today as well in store. You can come in and see the examples that we've been sharing with you in our inspiration room. And you can of course shop in store. And what Laura means by island is each of our displays is set up on gondolas. And we lovingly refer to them as islands. And most designers, most companies have an island. So Julie has an island. She does share it currently with some pens. There is some pens on one side of her island, but the other sides, or the other 3 sides of the island, are pretty much all Julie Hickey by memory. You'll find a John Next Door island, for instance, a Nelly island, a Woodware island. But each one kind of has its own display or its own island as such. We often refer to them. And if you haven't seen any of our video tours of the store, I happen to know that there is another one coming up soon for February. You'll be able to see each of the islands and what is on them in that tour video that will happen shortly.
Right, I'm going to cut these ones out.
But we purposely do our displays in islands for you because it means that when you come in store, if you've fallen in love with a designer, if there is a collection, you want to see all of it in its entirety, instead of the flower aspect being under flowers and the love being under love and the Christmas being under Christmas, actually you can go just to that island and you can see everything that you need from that designer in one place. And we try to do that with as many items as we can. For instance, you might find glues are off with glues or gems are off with gems, but if we can, we'll keep as many items on that island to make your shopping easy as we can do.
Yes.
Can I help you by cutting any of these items out? Have you got
Did you
many
want to cut a flower?
Oh, I'll do any.
Yeah?
I don't mind. It won't be very good, but I'll cut whatever you need. So it's usually around this time each week we chat about what we've been watching on TV. What have you been watching this week?
Oh, what am I watching? Oh, Bridgerton.
Bridgerton, is it good? I've got lost with that.
I must admit, I tried not to watch it very quickly because obviously it's going to come out in 2 halves.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yes,
okay.
so I've got to wait for the next one now, but I silly watched 2 in one day and I should have done 1 a day.
One a day's the limit, is it?
Yeah.
The Bridgerton limit to keep making sure that you're up to date when the next one comes out.
Because they leave it on a nice little cliffhanger for part 2 and you're like, ugh! So, yeah.
I don't know if I've watched the last instalment yet.
When was that? It was a couple of years ago, I think that was out now. Was it last year? Or it might have been last year. I can't remember how frequently they come out. But it was like I thought, oh no, I'll sit. I left it. It's like it came out on the Thursday something, and I was like, oh, I'll leave it a little while. I'll leave it a couple of days. Left it a couple of days, and then I did end up caving and watching it. And I thought, oh no, need to space this out a little bit. But yeah,
Anything else?
that was it. I think that's
Do you want
1, 2,
these?
3. I think you can cut them ones out. It'll be lovely, thank you. But yeah, I thought, yeah. Obviously, you've not watched much TV this week.
A little bit. I have watched a little bit. So if you don't know, I fully don't expect anyone to know my actions in life. We've just literally, today is my first day back for filming this. We've been away. We went to Frankfurt for a trade show last weekend. And then we've spent the week in a theme park in Holland called Die Efteling. But the actual theme park shuts at 6. So we've kind of had the evenings free. Now, admittedly, we've had some very nice dinners and we've done some very nice walks and bits. But there has been a little bit of TV watching in the evenings. I don't know if you know this, I was kind of taken by surprise by this. And I suppose it's common sense, but I don't often feel I apply common sense to much of life. So I kind of feel I've missed this. But when we went away at Christmas and we went to France at Christmas, I was quite shocked that Netflix has different things on it in France to what it does here.
Oh.
I know.
Really?
So, yeah, really. So there's several shows we watch that weren't on there because they don't have the rights to share them in France. And then this time when we went from Germany to Holland, there was different shows available for us to watch in Germany than what we could watch in Holland.
Oh.
Literally even that close. It's only a couple of hours apart, but it's obviously boundaries, obviously countries. So there's a lot that we do normally watch that we couldn't, and stuff that we don't normally watch that we could. And there's a show that we used to watch many moons ago called Blacklist. You ever heard of that?
Yes, I've heard of Blacklist.
And when we went to France, we was delighted that it was on Netflix because we had got up to, I think, something like season 6, I think maybe, where we could watch it here in the UK. But the platform we watched it on here had ended it or got rid of it or didn't carry the last 2 on. I don't know why, I can't remember. But there's 2 more seasons. I might be getting the numbers wrong here.
Oh.
But in France, we carried on watching season 6, I think, or 7, whatever it may be. And but we didn't get very far in France. So we kind of picked up again in Frankfurt and started watching a little bit of it. And then we've kind of carried that on in Holland. So we've pretty much tried to binge watch as much as that we could. But we've still got about a series left to go.
Oh, wow.
So I need another holiday to go and finish it before it gets removed from whatever country it's in. But it's not on in the UK, so we can't see it here.
Oh, what a pain.
I know, but it's a very good show.
I might have to try that one. I used the butterfly stamp, and once again, credit to Philippa on this one. She used this butterfly stamp, and you can quite rightly use it as it is, or how she done it was she got a fine line pen and she filled in some of the edges.
I love this.
And I sat there and watched her live on Tuesday.
And this was on the Julie Hickey page.
And that was on the Julie Hickey page, yes.
So we can watch that back. So that would have been Tuesday, kind of the week just gone that you're watching this on the Sunday. So it won't be far for you to go back and see if you'd like to see her actually create that.
I was like, oh, that kind of makes them a little bit more interesting and like intricate. So I tried it in a brown as well.
I love this because of you, and again, this might just be me being a bit slow, but I look at that and I think, oh, lovely, very nice stamp. And if I was designing even, I would think, okay, well, I want 6 different butterflies and I'm going to do them all the same. This shows I don't need to do that. No. As you say, a pen, and you've completely created different styles, different designs.
I believe she did
very clever.
9 different.
But you can see that the structure is there for you to do that. You
Yes.
could put patterns between the lines. You can, of course, black out elements. You can see it. It's there. But do we think to do that? I don't.
I certainly didn't. And when I saw that live, I was like, oh, that helps.
That's very clever.
That's really
Philippa.
very good. So.
And it gives us more value for money out of our stash.
Yes. So I done another one as well.
I like that.
And then I done them ones. Right, I'm going to confession now. I need a little bit of glue because I forgot to.
Glue is fine. We have glue to one side. There is never a shortage of glue in the building. Let's see if we can find you one that's started. There you go. Have a glue.
Come on.
That sat for a week. Apologies. You might have
That's
to give it a little.
Yeah.
It's a half
we're
empty
there.
bottle. I need
We're
to top
there.
that one up.
I top mine up on a regular basis as well. Out of the big one, because it's just so much easier.
If you don't know what we're on about,
This.
these are the big ones. So this is your huge bottles. They're your 1 litre bottles. And then you can use this to top up the smaller ones.
Yes.
And it saves you an absolute fortune on your glue. I can't remember the price of these off the top of my head, but they are huge. But it works out that it's about a 50% saving on buying the equivalent in the little bottles, if I remember rightly. So you can literally save quite a fortune. Glue to me is something that we've always got to try and make as inexpensive as we can, because it's a thing that nobody sees. It's vital. We need it. We can't live without it. But nobody's ever going to pick up your card and go, "Oh, I love the glue."
Yeah. What glue did you use?
Yeah.
It's
so if we can save
invisible.
if we can save you some pennies on that, and we can make that the part that you're not spending a fortune on, so you have got a few pennies to buy the bits you want to buy, that are the bit that they're going to pick up and go, "Oh, I love these flowers." That, to me, is kind of the more important bit, if we can. So we try our best to keep that as reasonable as we can do.
Yes.
But of course, we carry loads of glues, lots of different brands of glues on the website. Find a whole host of glues.
Just going to put some foam on the back of these ones, just so it gives them a little bit of depth, because on my original, they kind of like pop off the card.
Now, in my absence this week, you've been doing some lovely unboxing videos for us.
Oh,
as well,
thank
haven't you?
Yes.
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 She says that with a trepidation and fear. You're so good at them. I don't know what your problem is. You're so good at them. They're a joy to watch.
You know, I must admit, the Crafts 2 one was a complete surprise. I didn't know anything that was in there, and that was a really good one. And I didn't know what was in the Hunky Dory one, but I had to cut the box open because I was doing it one-handed.
Okay.
And that would have been absolutely disastrous if I had done
That's
it
fine,
with
yeah.
the camera in my hand.
I yo-yo between cutting them before, but I like them to see that we don't know.
Yes.
And I know that's silly because half the time I've ordered it, but I still don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you all here, and I'm going to give you a little sneaky. So this is going to go live on this video we're filming now. We'll go live on Sunday the 15th of February. After we've filmed this video, some point of today, there's a look of fear in your eyes. This isn't you, don't panic. I've got to go and film the new delivery that's coming.
Is it coming?
There is a new delivery at the till. You would know about this, I think, from a brand new brand.
Oh, yes.
I genuinely.
Have you not seen them?
I know nothing that's in the box. I
Did you
didn't
not?
order it. I hand on heart, I know nothing that is in that box, but it's a brand new company to us. I say it's brand new. It's brand new as in the sense of we don't currently stock it, but we have stocked it previously. So it's a returning brand new brand, if you will. I did look at the box earlier. It looks quite a big box. But I don't know what's in it at all, and I can't wait. I've genuinely, you know, like when you're away and you're like, "Oh, I've got to go home," and you're kind of a little bit like, "Oh, I could stay here and eat popcorn and wander theme parks for the rest of the time."
Yeah.
You know, not in a bad way. I love coming home. There's a lot I really enjoy coming home for, but you do have them. You kind of have to sum yourself up a little bit, don't you? You have to think of the things that like, oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to X and Y. That's on the list. I'm looking forward to getting in the box and filming the video because I don't know what I'm going to find and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you are wanting a little sneaky, then yes, on Monday, I believe, the announcement will go out and the unboxing video, hopefully if all goes to plan. So that will be Monday the 16th of February. There'll be a new unboxing video appear if I can get it done in time. That will show you what's in the box and what brand is returning.
I must admit, that's good.
I think they might have to feature us on a Sunday showcase at some stage.
Oh.
And not what's in the box because I don't know what's in the box, but as a brand.
As a brand, yes.
As a brand, I think they will have to. So I'm very excited about having this brand back in the building.
Oh, I must admit, they are nice. Right. A little bit of depth there for that one.
But you could leave that there.
You could.
If you're clean and simple style, if that's what you'd like to do, that would work nicely.
Yeah.
You could add in just a butterfly to fill the void between kind of the wording and the flower. That would work very nicely.
I just use an end of a paintbrush just to shape my petals.
Oh, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you'd like a bone folder, I have a bone folder if you prefer.
No, it's fine. Any rounded edges good. I think I've even used the cap off of here before as well.
Of course you have. Why would you not? Why would you
It
not?
was to hand.
It's fine.
I'd lost the bone folder and the mess I created on my desk, which I recently sorted out this week.
I often think we should tie everything on ribbons. You know, like red ribbon is scissors, yellow
It needs
ribbon is bone
magnetic. I think you
folder.
just wave a magnetic wand over and up.
Well, they seem to think
Jumps to
robots are the way forward. Maybe we could all get a little robot that's going to help us tidy our desks.
No. I
Little
won't
like
put stuff where I
assistant.
want it.
I mean, more like you could just go scissors and hand you the scissors.
Oh, wow.
A bit operating theatre-esque, maybe this is.
Ooh.
You know, you're the surgeon and it's the assistant.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. I don't know if I want anyone in my craft space. I'd probably mess it up and I wouldn't be able to find anything ever again.
If it could find the dies I dropped on the floor, I think I could tolerate it.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
Or the ones you occasionally throw in the bin by accident when you're sweeping up all your mess.
Yeah.
That one's quite a popular one. Right, and then the last little flower. Pop you, I think, there. And then just use the flower so I can get the right position for the little leaves. There we go. And then I've pre-coloured in a little butterfly with some alcohol markers.
Beautiful.
Now just do the same with him. I'll like pinch here to fold. And just keep curling that round. I'll do the same this side. Pinch and fold. And then just curl that round. There we are. And then I think 3 should be enough to make him stand out. This is where I probably needed my glasses for this bit, but fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I like the way you've done this with foam tape, but you wouldn't have to if you didn't want to. They're
No.
so pretty flat that you could actually go quite low if you prefer. It doesn't
And
have
you
to be
could
built up to
use
do it.
a glue gel as well, which we've currently
Yeah.
got in stock.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah. But you could add glue gel onto them if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you've got time as well for it to dry. But you could get quite a good depth with the glue gel, I feel, as well.
I like with glue gel as well that you can support things at the levels you want them to be easier. A foam pad will always give you that flat line for it to
Yes.
attach to. A glue gel can actually be 3D underneath as well, can't it? It can be formed to match. So then wings, for instance, don't have to have a flat pad in them. That is beautiful.
And that is my second card.
That is absolutely beautiful. I really love that. Actually,
And you
between
can
the
start
two,
seeing the shimmer a little bit with that one as well.
and when we look at the two, if we bring these in, we've got two completely different looks out of these items. You've gone for 3D and floral and built up and lots of colour, right the way kind of more to stripped back and arty, but both work. Both, I would be happy to send them. I'd be happy to receive them. They work beautifully. This I could see, well actually both of them, maybe without the happy birthday, I could see framed. I could see them actually literally being framed and sold as home decor or given as a home decor gift. I could see these working in so many formats. Journaling, scrapbooking.
Yes.
I could see them being taken into both of those art forms as well, if that's something
That would be
you'd
nice
like
for a
to do.
woodland walk kind of scrapbook.
Perfect. Absolutely. But they just work.
Yes.
So once again, what did we use in this one? Let's bring in a few items for you. So of course, Laura has been using the Enchanted Sprinkles. These come in 12 different colours. You will find these on the website. They will again be under the YouTube tab for you if you would like to find them there. That was the colouring medium that Laura has chose to use. You of course have been using the Mr bottles. The Mr bottles once again have got 10% off. They should be £2.99. They're only £2.69. You will have seen Laura using the paint palette as well. The paint palettes are just £1, just £1 for the paint palettes. And then we have got watercolour card, which Laura's been using throughout. This, of course, is our foundations card. It's 290 GSM. There is 10 sheets in the pack. The price should be £6.99, but there is 10% off of those, making it just £6.29. Now, I know that Laura has been using this quite a lot throughout, but just to give it another little mention, The spongy from Polka Doodles. This should be £5.99, this cloth, and it is reduced to just £5.39p. You can once again see Laura has been using this in many, many ways to clean many, many items. And it is an absolute amazing cleaning tool. I'm very impressed with that. You just want me to clean everything for you, don't you?
No, I don't. I just say how easy it is.
But that is brilliant. And it just takes it away for
Yes.
you, doesn't it? That is, yeah, genuinely, I'm adding one of those to my basket today. I need that. And then, of course, Laura has been using the main bundle of items too. So let's give you a little flash of that before we share with you a few more pieces of inspiration. And then we will leave you in peace for today. So your main bundle, once again, is going to consist of all 4 of those items. The recommended retail price for this bundle is £49.46. Your offer price is £39.99 with a saving of £9.47. That bundle will go back up in price at midnight on Saturday, the 21st of February 2026. So if you would like to get hold of these, you have literally this week to get them. So please do not dilly-dally. If you'd like to get hold of it, get it while we've got it. The other items that Laura has been bringing in today as well are, of course, available for you. And these have 10% off recommended retail price. They are, of course, the solid stamp set, the birthday background, and, of course, the dictionary definitions. Now, I know that this one didn't make it into the demos, but you are going to see it used in some of the samples. So let's share with you just a few ideas what Laura has also been creating, because I think you're going to fall in love with these. So, Laura, tell us a little bit about these as we go through them, please,
Right.
if you will.
With this one, I've just used stamps and stamped into a circle, used some little elements, and I just stamped the butterfly underneath the butterfly and then shaped the butterfly just on top. So if you did happen to bend the wing back, you could then see the colour underneath. And that is using the Happy Birthday.
That is such a big, lovely focal happy birthday, isn't it? When you look at it as that, it really does bring it into, you can see structurally on that card. How big's this card? 6 by 6 maybe?
I think it's a 6 by 6, yeah. Or just under 6.
Yeah, just under 6 by 6. But it makes that perfect focal, doesn't it? Sometimes I think we forget that and miss that. That's lovely. Then we're going to move on and we're going to have a little look at this one. So what have we used on this one?
On this one, I have used the big sentiments from
of course,
Yep.
yes.
with a
That's
guillotine.
such a clever idea. That works so nice. I hadn't even thought about snipping out the pieces.
Yeah, I saw the words, and I think more central. You can read when you read them. You'll be able to see where you can snip to.
Of course.
But I just used them as my happy birthdays.
That is brilliant.
And then I've used
that.
the solid squares. Done the same technique I've shown you with the inks, but I used the distress inks on this one, so they're a bit more vibrant.
Yeah, yeah.
And I used the distress inks on these ones and done the same thing. With a little bit of mist.
Brilliant.
And then also used your layering.
You will see that
Squares.
Laura's kind of gone for a few of these different ones, from the squares to the rectangles. These, of course, are all available on the website. We won't put them all on the YouTube page for you because there's lots of them. And you're going to have seen that Laura's used the postage ones with the pierced detail running through here, the plain ones, and then the pierced ones. There's quite a few different options, but those, of course, are all 10% off because they're a Jamie Rogers Crafts product, and there are bundles available for them as well. Then we move on to this creation. Tell us more about this. This is beautiful.
I got a hunky dory book.
One of the new books, did you?
Yes.
Wow.
I bought one and I thought, I'll have a little look. And I wanted to kind of change how I do cards a lot, but I must admit, I thought, I want to try something like more of like a gift. But because it folds flat quite easily, and I used the hunky dory adorable scoreable to create this because it's a good weight. And that does stand quite nicely on its own. And behind...
Oh, very nice. Look at that as a background. That is perfect to go behind there.
Yes. And that is, once again, on a watercolour background.
That is really beautiful, and it matches the flowers perfectly.
Yes. And these flowers are the big A5 flowers.
Okay.
And I've just snipped into them.
Yep.
And built up little...
That works a treat.
So
adorable scoreable. Laura's mentioned adorable scoreable, so I'm just going to bring this in to give you a little glimpse. This, of course, is the A Year of Flowers Adorable Scorable Bundle. There is a video and a bundle that's still available from our, I believe, our first Sunday Showcase a few weeks back. You can, of course, find the products for this under that YouTube tab as well. Now, we do Adorable Scorable in packs of 10 in single colours, but I would certainly like to highlight this one for you. There is 24 sheets in this one, giving you a whole array of colours. Should be £9.99, but the offer price is just £8.99. There are other Adorable Scorable packs available, as I said, as single colours and actually themed packs as well. But this one is the perfect bundle to match in for what Laura has been using to create that card with, and give you a little glimpse at one of the money-saving sets. Then we move on, Laura. Now, this little treat of surprises is epic. I love this. What's going on here?
Well, I used the stamps on the top just to I didn't want a in-your-face kind of effect. I wanted just a nice flat colour. So I used, I believe this was oxides I stamped in. Just cracked pistachio, I believe. And then I just stamped onto the box. Well, I stamped onto it before it became a box.
Okay.
Otherwise, it gets a little bit problematic to stamp on.
Yeah, yeah.
So I stamped on this part first, masked off the edges. And on the edges, I've used the stamp.
Oh, the
from
lines,
the
of
A5.
course, yes. I just stood here looking at that thinking, I don't know what she's done there. That looks clever. Of course it is, yes.
So I just done a nice soft on the top. And then when you open it,
These
I went to the... I kind of got a bit carried away with my stamping. So I done a little hello, done two of the same. Basically a little bit of a batch make. So if you want to gift this, you could gift this quite easily. These ones are lovely and vibrant and slightly different in colours.
We talk about this every now and again, don't we? And it's giving that gift of being able to give handmade.
And these ones I feel better.
You give this gift to somebody who's not a crafter, and the ability that they can then hand out 6 handmade cards, to me, is a gift in itself. It's a lovely idea, and it's just a really lovely gift set. And if you're making to sell, to be able to make and sell a little box like that, it's going to set you out from the crowd when it comes to being handmade, maybe at the fairs and bits like that too. Yes. I love that, Laura. Very, yes. Very, very nice. And then we move on to this little one. This is a cutie. What's going on here?
Once again, I've used the rectangle bold solid shape. Let that dry because that's an oxide, so I let that one dry, and then I stamped over the top in a versifying clay.
Okay. And
just put wishing you a happy birthday.
And I like your two-tone effect here. You've got your happy birthday. Is that literally just inking the tops and the bottoms of the colour? That looks really nice.
And then going back over maybe a bit of on the blue, I missed a little bit.
Okay.
But because I used my stamp press, I could then go over and I went a bit deeper with the pink, so it's kind of created this good, nice little blend.
You've got a trio of colours. Yeah, you've got a trio. That looks really, really lovely. Very effective. Something, again, I'd never think to do, but now seeing that, I want to play with that too. And then we move on to our last piece of inspiration for you today. This is a beautiful card, and in my mind, one of my favourites left to the end. What's going on here?
I love this one. This has got the sentiment from the A5 stamp. I stamped it all the way down the edge. I just wanted a nice little scripty background, and that's kind of created that quite well. It did leave a bit of a gap, but instead I've used one of the other stamps, and I've just coloured this in, fussy cutted around, done a little bit of blending with my alcohol pens, and then added little silver elements to the little circles and little buds, and then just layered them on, and they kind of overhang.
That is beautiful. That is so clever. So nice. I love it when you have that edge, that shaped edge.
Yeah.
Because it just stands out, doesn't it? We don't expect that from a card necessarily. And it looks so effective. And yet again, not overly complicated, achievable for everybody.
When I was making this, and I put it on there and I laid it out, and I sent my mum a photo, bless her heart, and she went, "Oh, I like that." I said, "But I've got to cut it because it needs to be square." And I sat there and I thought, no, you don't have to cut it. Don't cut it. Because I just didn't want to pick which flowers I had to take off.
No. I think it looks, honestly, beautiful. I love it. I really do. I think that's a grand idea. So that's giving you just a little overview here of some of the items that you could be creating. And when you start to bring these all in and actually look at them in one go, and we can see here from the demos, from the inspiration that Laura's created, from what the DT have been doing, how many different ways you're going to be able to take this set off. You know, Julie Hickey's team have done an amazing job, but so has Laura. Look at the ways in which you're going to be able to take this and the inspiration that's already created to back up this collection and give you some ideas on where you can be taking it. I have a feeling you are going to so enjoy this set. And this isn't a huge bundle. This isn't a £1,000 bundle. It isn't a £100 bundle. It's a small price point bundle in the grand scheme of bundles. So only $39.99 is going to give you those 4 sets, your 3 A6s and your 1 A5 set. There is a lot of components throughout of these, and I think you're going to have hours upon hours upon hours of fun. Now, once again, if you would like to go and get hold of this bundle, you can of course pop in store and see us at Craftmania, 5 Hewett Road, Captain Hall Industrial Estate, Great Yarmouth, Norfolk. Or of course you can pop online and order it on the website. Now the website once again is www.craftmaniacrafts.com. Once you've landed on there, if you head to the YouTube tab, it will open up and all of the bits we've chatted about, the paint palettes, the enchanted sprinkles, the stamps, the bundles, will all be on one grid, they classed them as for you, but one grid for this week's show. And then you can see the previous Sunday Showcase grids below them, and of course you can check out those videos on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel if you prefer. If you have any questions, if you need any links, if you need anything at all, then please don't hesitate to let us know. Once more, just in case you missed it earlier, if you are shopping with us online, your P&P is very, very simple. If you spend over £15 here in the UK, your P&P is completely free. If you wish to upgrade it to first class P&P, then you can do that for a flat rate of £3.95. If you're watching us from around the world and you would like to order, then of course you can. There is no problem there. Your international shipping is capped at just £10. If we find your shipping cheaper than £10, we'll actually refund the difference for you. If it costs more than £10, then we will pay that here for you as our way of trying to keep it as inexpensive as we possibly can. Yes. Now next Sunday we will be back. So next Sunday is going to be the 22nd of February. We'll be back at 9 AM, won't we? Yep. Any glimpses, clues, ideas of what we might be bringing them then?
Bit mixed media.
Oh,
bit mixed media.
Cheeky, that's a bit of a clue. I think I know what we're doing and I like that. That's a good little clue. Okay, so we're going to leave you in peace for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you. Thank you to Laura for the incredible demos.
Right, thank you.
I swear it was a joy to stand and watch them. And you've inspired me to go and get creative, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you. And thank you all for watching and joining us, and we'll see you all again next week. Bye for now.
Bye.